Go opening up on Polar Night. Game 3 between Rush SC2 and that guy Griff. I'm going to crack open the orange juice because, my God. Control Shift? Really? I think you're just making crap up. But, here we go. So this is a north-south. Luckily, I just poured orange juice all over myself instead of actually drank it. I will deal with that in a minute because right now things are more important. We have up here at the top, we have that guy Griff, and then down at the bottom, exactly south of Polar Night, we have Rush SC2. There's the colors. There's the production tab. I smell like orange juice. Whatever. There we go. A little bit of the smack dog. No smack dog whatsoever. It does not really matter what the hell is going on here. There we go. Here it is. You've been waiting for it. It is time for Griff Cheese. Here he goes. He's moving over here. He's ready for the 100. Bam. There it is. It may be a gateway rush. It may be a... It's probably going to be a zealot rush as we speak because, oh yeah, and I think Rush knows exactly what he's in for right here. This is the first time you've seen it thus far, and he's going for the wall off. So you're probably going to see immediately after this, he's going to move right into a barracks, and then on the next 100, he's going to get that other supply over here on the other side. So at 150, bam! That's as soon as that's hopping down. So they are just wailing on the EPM right now. Griff is already up to 144 is the average. We got the, oh yeah, so the barracks is actually going to be in before that gateway. It's probably going to time in just a little bit earlier. If you look at the number of workers, the worker supplies are both keeping on top of the macro at the exact same time, which is great. Probably going to worry about, no, not really going to worry too much about any more supply just yet. And no, Rush deciding not to get that next supply depot, and he's actually moving it across in the other direction. So now we're going to find out whether or not Griff is going to wait on a second zealot or get that second gateway up. He does have quite, Rush has got quite a lot banked right now, so he's just counting his chickens, waiting to see what's going on. And this is where we're going to see that Rush is going to move out. He is doing a quick little scout to find out what's going on. It is double gate going on right now. There is... So now that Rush is moving his way up here, he moves in, he sees the pylon, does not see anything else, and that's when he starts getting worried. This command center is probably going to get canceled. We're going to see it canceled pretty soon. Here's this one Marine has moved down. He does have the wall off just yet. He is deciding to continue on making that command center. Meantime, we've got one zealot out already. Does not wait for the 3 zealots. Is just deciding that this zealot is going to make his way in. There is a bunker on the way for Rush, and this zealot does make his way up the ramp. Rush is going to get in behind here and immediately pop that back up, and that is that. The zealot Rush does not quite take this down. He does get one SCV, comes back down here, wants to get over here and kill this SCV before he has a chance to make the command center. He's got a couple seconds before he gets taken down by the Marines, does manage to get that building SCV, and now Rush has no choice. He does have to get back behind this wall, but the problem there is that Griff has no way through this because these 2 zealots are not going to last trying to get through this wall. So now this is kind of screwed. He has stopped the one barracks expand from Rush, but these zealots are just not going to be able to do it. The EPM tells a different story. It has swayed in the opposite direction, and so right now, Griff is trying to decide what he wants to do. He needs to get in here. He needs to stop this command center from being built, but the problem is right now is that he's actually up against 3 Marines right now, and I think he's probably trying to boost out these numbers right immediately just to see if he can get it up any faster. Researching the warp gate as we speak, trying to see if he can just get a couple more units right now, and we're seeing just only the zealots are being produced at the moment, but now he's got 3. Problem there is that there's a number of... Oh, and this barracks is going to, or this bunker is going to finish, and once the bunker finishes that, it's game over. These zealots are not going to get anywhere near this. I don't quite see a mothership core just yet. My poor friggin' voice, but... We also see an SCV coming up here to have a look and see if there's anything going on. And here it comes. Here's the last push from that guy, Griff. He gets in here, and the zealots do try to do a little bit of a number on this bunker, but they just do not have the chops for it. It gets healed right away, and there we go. Rush is now going to chase these guys down. It's going to be 5 Marines up against 4 zealots, and I don't think that's going to really cut it. The Zealots do chop their way in. The auto micro of the Zealots. I had to get that one dig in there at one point. Now they run all the way back home to Mommy being a giant bunker sitting up here on the hill with a really nice view of these two barracks, churning out the Zealots as fast as they can, but just not quite able to do the job. No Mothership Core just yet. Getting a sentry up here at the top. I think Rush has a pretty good idea. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm clicking hotkeys and doing crazy things. Now, Rush has a very good idea of where these units are, brings down all his Marines, and is able to take these out. This SCV is going to lose his life valiantly. Oh, no, he's not. He gets moved around, but these Zealots have decided that they've got to try to do something about this, but they just cannot do it, not with this amount of army. If they were all together, now would be a good time for more than one force field, but when that's all you've got left, then that's all you've got left, and it looks like this is probably going to be it for Griff. There is the warp in, and the warp gate does finish. Now fully unpowered. The only attempt left was for the proxy 4 gate. Had nothing left there. Has a couple of units up here, and that is, oh, I gotta say, that looks like it's pretty much going to be game, especially as now, if you look at the income tab, the worker supply is ahead for Rush because he's now working off of 2 bases. He's got gas on the main. I think gas, not quite working on gas on the bottom now, but this is the Marine push, possibly trying to come up. No tech in behind this just yet. There's a factory, so just going with a basic Marine into a possible medevac drop or just the MMM push. And to see a number of units, it does look like Rush is going to try to move forward. He does know that at most Griff is missing 2 gateways out of this maneuver, but the problem is that he's now got to hope that this expand is going to work until, of course, he sees. Once everything shows up, you're probably going to see a cancel on this really, really fast. I'm not sure if he can get to it before. There it is. He does get the cancel off on that, so he does get reimbursed that. Now, the best thing that Griff has got now, he's a force field down there in the ramp. Now things are going to start getting tricky because we don't see anything that can cover air just yet. The factory's not floating up. Griff does have, I think he's only got the 1 sentry right now and no second force field. He's got no additional force field. He's just got nothing at the moment. Rush comes up here to test for the force field, does not see anything. These Zealots get down here. Rush splits his Marines and tries to move them back away from things. I think a time warp may be on there. No, there's the photon overcharge. Does not have enough for a time warp. Trying to get in. There's another sentry, and that sentry does not quite have enough for another force field. Boosting out an Immortal. I'm not so sure if Immortals is the way to go right now. I think more to 1 or 2 more sentries and just pure Stalker is gonna do this for him, or also possibly. And there we go. So we're going for a defensive 4 gate with this robotics facility. Now with the sight of this mothership core, I want to see it sitting here on top of the robotics facility because it's difficult to snipe when it's the exact same shape as the building, but that's just me. There he goes. He's moving it back just a little ways in, so he has some vision. He's trying to protect himself, just making sure he can protect himself for any kind of drops that may be incoming. I don't think he realizes that the drops are a little bit way away. As we see, the starport is not quite fully finished. It does not look all that good. There's another command center coming down right now for Rush. The army supply is actually completely equal, so a couple more really well placed force fields and Griff might not fully be out of this yet, except in the income tab, which is showing that yes, he might be out of this yet. This observer gets out and comes over here to have a look and see what's going on. So that guy Griff has a very good idea as to what's going on, but the problem there is that the next thing that happened, Rush SC2 just got a very good look at what was headed on there, and there's, oh, not the best force fields you've ever seen. Another photon overcharge is going to hit a number of these units. Probably want to attack with your entire, especially with the range, get those ranged in there, and this is actually going to do, I think he's going to be able to fight this off. He might be able to take this out. The Immortal, probably not the best unit to go up against this, but he was worried about seeing some M coming in. So now he's just got to fight these back, and I think Rush is going to go and wait for some more reinforcements, which are actually pretty close. There's a starport coming in for a little bit of a look, but I think he's just kind of coming in for the drop ship play there. There's a couple of Marauders are just chilling and hanging out just there. Griff now is at a point where he's pretty excited about this, and he's decided to move out. Probably going to try. I don't know if he's going to try to expand behind this, but he might see what he can do. There's a Stargate building the reactors. Not Stargate. No way, I'm right. Starport. Right, Stargate for Protoss. I know these things. I play this game. I know precisely what's going on. So, yeah, I am having a hard time. Oh, no. So here comes a number of Marines, these sort of expeditionary force, and they move up just in one small, short line, and actually, that guy Griff is able to take care of a number of them, and here comes some combat shield Marines, but they are just caught out of place, and they need to continue being caught out of place, and Griff go go kill those Marines! Oh my god, Griff, you gotta go kill those Marines! Oh, I don't have a voice enough to shout on you for doing things. But if you look at this, the units killed is actually exactly the same. So if we look over here at the resources lost, yes, Griff has lost, well, okay, more resources, but that's fine. So let's not focus too much on that. But Griff is deciding to get the armor upgrade at the same time. There is a strangely placed pylon that's going to enable him to not be able to expand at all. I'm unsure about that. But the next thing we see there is we do see a scan happening just at the side. Just to make sure that there's nothing going on here, see if there's any observers on top of, and there's the observer there, misses the observer, but I don't think it's really going to make much of a difference. Griff trying to get in here with a couple of force fields, could probably use a time warp, maybe, no, they're slightly late time warp, but with a number of units kind of trickling down here, it does seem to be, yes, there we go, and so the rest of the army, it's still reinforcing there for Rush SE2. Combat shield, +2 is just starting. Here are the remainder of the units, and there's the GG from Griff, and there we have it. The die is cast, the game is done. 3-0 from Rush SC2, but I gotta say, some pretty awesome games. Those were some pretty fun games to see. I gotta say, that was awesome. It was well played.